Today, we're taking a moment to honor a true giant of worship music, a voice whose ministry literally touched millions of people all around the globe. This is our look into the incredible life and the enduring legacy of Ron Kenoly. So it was on February 3rd, 2026, that the world had to say goodbye to a truly defining voice in modern worship. Ron Kenoly passed away at the age of 81, and he left it behind a legacy that has, without a doubt, shaped generations of believers. You know, it's pretty much impossible to talk about praise and worship music from the 1990s onward without talking about Ron Kenoly. I mean, he wasn't just part of the movement. In so many ways, he was a pioneer who helped create its very sound. And what's really fascinating is how he did it. It was through this series of incredibly powerful live recordings. His music just transcended all the denominations and cultural barriers. These albums, they weren't just polished studio tracks. They actually captured the raw, electric energy of people worshiping together. And he brought that sound into local churches everywhere. And this slide right here really drives that point home. These aren't just song titles, are they? They're anthems. Songs like Ancient of Days and Lift Him Up are still being sung in congregations today, decades after they were first recorded. To put his impact into perspective, just look at this. His 1992 album, Lift Him Up, was certified gold. Now, that means it sold over 500,000 copies. That's a massive achievement that just speaks volumes about how deeply his music connected with people. So how did this whole journey happen? Well, it all started pretty humbly in a small Baptist church in Kansas. After he served in the military, he went into full-time ministry back in 1985. Then the 90s came, and that's when he just exploded onto the global scene, winning prestigious awards. But, you know, the detail on this timeline that really stands out is the last one. 48 years of dedicated ministry. Wow. But here's the thing. To really understand Ron Kenoly, you have to look beyond the music, beyond the awards. His whole mission was built on a much, much deeper calling. It was this core philosophy that really defined his entire life. And this question right here, it gets to the very heart of his ministry. How did he see himself? I mean, in a world that's so focused on performance and celebrity, what was his true identity? It was a distinction that he was always crystal clear about.
And the answer comes from Bruno Miranda, who was his music director for over 20 years. He said it plain and simple. He was not an artist, never an entertainer. He was a worship leader. For Ron Kenoly, this wasn't just a job title. It was who he was.
And this is what that meant to him. See, being a worship leader wasn't about performing songs perfectly or putting on a show. It was a calling to guide people, to lead them directly into the presence of God. The focus was never, ever on him. It was always on the act of worship itself. As you can imagine, as soon as the news of his passing spread, the response was just immediate and it was global. Tributes started pouring in from everywhere, and they really reflected the huge scope of his influence across continents and cultures. His music director, Bruno Miranda, shared this really touching tribute. He said, quote, "I had the honor of walking alongside him, not just as his music director, but as a son, a student, and a witness to a life marked by faithfulness." I mean, that just highlights the deep personal mentorship that really defined his relationships with people. And from Nigeria, Bishop WaLe Oke described him as a man of humility, a vessel of grace, and a true worshiper who gave his life to the glory of God. This just speaks volumes about his character and his impact, especially in places like Africa. And this number right here, this just shows the sheer scale of his work. In one of his final posts, Kenoly thanked the people who helped him minister in 123 nations. Just think about that for a second. 123 nations. It's a staggering figure that really captures his incredible worldwide reach. So, how do you even begin to measure the full legacy of a life like Ron Kenoly's? It's pretty clear that it goes so much further than just record sales and hit songs. Oh yeah, he was nominated for 9 Dove Awards, and he won in 1997. But those who were closest to him will tell you, his true success, his greatest legacy, was never measured in awards. It was measured in the countless individual lives that were changed and transformed through the worship that he led. Bishop Oke really summed it up perfectly. His spirit-filled songs, his legacy, and his impact will continue to speak across generations. And that's really the key takeaway, isn't it? His influence isn't over. It's timeless. And maybe the most fitting tribute of all is this. His legacy endures every single time a congregation somewhere in the world lifts their voices to sing these very words. A powerful life, a lasting impact, and a voice that truly helped the world to sing out.